Hi guys, it's JC here, and I haven't had to talk a lot of this in a very long time, so let's just get right down to business. So apparently you guys have been hearing about these cell phone battles. So you have your RAM's Blackberry, your Android phone which comes with HTC and a whole bunch of other manufacturers. Then you have your iPhone, and basically that's it, those major four. And Windows Phone, if I didn't mention that. So we're gonna start off with this whole war. Basically, there's a lot of cell phone manufacturers out there who, like, they used to have their own system software preloaded into their phones, but many people didn't like it because it was very limited. I had an LG Rumor, which I previously did in other videos, but you guys can just see that it was very limited. You can only do a set of things at a time. You could basically do text messaging, web browsing, and all that kind of stuff, but it really wasn't up to par with today's cell phones such as Android, blah blah blah, iPhone, Blackberry, and etc. So I decided to go out and get a smartphone, an entry-level smartphone, and I did decide to get a Blackberry. As you can see here, I have a Blackberry Bold 9700 in this case. Telling you from experience with the Blackberry Bold, it has been pretty good, but I had to do transition because when I first bought this phone, it came preloaded with OS 5, and OS 5 was pretty much okay because I didn't really know too much about Blackberry, so I'm like, oh, that's what it comes with, oh, okay. But then again, it was really good, but the icons were really the same and it felt really crude, the menus, and the settings was just a pain in the butt to navigate. But I heard about this new Blackberry 6 upgrade and it's been really cool. As you can see here, I have updated my phone to Blackberry OS 6, and to tell you the truth, it has been really good and much easier to use than Blackberry 5. But I do miss the appearance of Blackberry 5. Basically, it's basically the same function. Now, most people get Blackberries because of their affordable pricing and what they can do. So what you're getting with the Blackberry, if you do decide to get a Blackberry Bold or any Blackberry, you're getting BBM, you're getting 3G data, text messaging, and instant web browsing, and you're going to be introduced to apps, downloadable apps on the app world. But I wouldn't recommend you getting this phone because it's really limited. There's a lot of apps. I'm not saying there's like 10 apps. There's probably over 10,000 apps, probably, I'm not sure. But it's not the greatest thing, but this phone is, I would consider it to be an entry-level phone, but the system software is just a very good experience, as I mentioned before. Now, many people have been saying that, oh, Blackberry sucks and all this stuff because of the operating system and its limitations, etc. If you don't have a Blackberry, you shouldn't say it sucks, or you should try it, because if you say something sucks and you never tried it, that means you're just being really stupid and ignorant, and that's pretty much it. Moving on to the other point that I've been mentioning about other things in my other videos, that with phones you must have 3G, because if you don't have 3G, you're gonna be waiting for a long time for anything to upload. But if you're sending text messages without having 3G, it shouldn't be a problem. So overall experience with this phone is really good, but I would recommend them changing the design a little bit, probably making something different. I heard the new Bold 9900 is coming out. It's like this phone, but it looks more like the 9000, and it has a touchscreen and it's much more thinner, which is some improvement, but it doesn't show any, in my opinion, I don't think it shows any creativity, but it does show a little bit more creative side because it is made out of carbon fibers and it looks almost totally different from 9000, except from its shape. Now, what people really need to know is when they're getting a new phone, what they really need to know is what they really want in a new phone. I saw this Blackberry, I never knew nothing about Blackberry, and I just said, oh, you know what, let's get Blackberry. So Blackberry, it's not bad, but it's just really crammed into this little device. It's not bad, but it's just crammed into this little device. But any other words I say I've had. Now moving on to Android. Android is mostly a platform developed on Linux, and I've been hearing about this for the past 2 years now, but when it first came out, I was like, what is this? And I thought it would never get big, but to be honest, it did get big, and I'm very surprised. What's the latest version now? They have 3.0 honeycomb for the tablets and 2.23 for the mobile phones, and I'm very surprised that they have come to this level and everything has been going pretty much well. And it's just really astonishing to see it come out at this level, because I don't know what to say, because I'm just very proud of the Android team developing this device. It's very stable. It's very enjoyable. There's an endless amount of apps you can download. There's endless amount of games, and it is a perfect phone for music, etc. This and that. But on the downside is that I've been hearing stuff and reading articles on the internet by saying that the many features that Android has, the more battery life it's going to take up in any phone. But if you change the settings according to your preferences, like a battery saving, dimming the light, then you should probably have more battery power for that. So pretty much that's why. And the other thing with Android that I do like is that it comes with a kind of like it has kind of like a desktop interface, and you can scroll to the side. You can get your clock, your Fench stream. It's a very good stable device, but the only drawback I don't like about it is that you can't, what was that? I forget. But let's not talk about that. Let's leave that for another video. But overall, very stable device, very easy to use navigation wise. Mostly touchscreen phones will come equipped with Android or preloaded, so you're getting a pretty good deal here. Now, Android in the first stages, one of the early Android devices did kind of look like a Blackberry, but it was very functional and it can resemble some of the elements of today's Android. But Android is very strong competition between Blackberry and Android and Apple and Windows Phone. There's very, very strong competition between them. But if you're looking for music, if you're looking for video quality, you're looking for HD video recording, just whole variety, then I would highly recommend you getting an Android phone. But make sure it's affordable. The best, my friend has an HD Desire HD7, which I recommended it to him, and he said it was actually a pretty good phone, but build quality wise, he doesn't have a case and it's getting really scratched up behind the back. But overall, it's a very good phone. HTC does make very good phones, so Android will have to be the king here. The thing Android will come out as the winner. What really disappoints me is its lack of speed sometimes. I have a Bold, and it will constantly, like, if I'm writing a long message on BBM, or if I'm on Facebook, or if I have many apps open, it will freeze. And I've been hearing specification wise, I'm going to tell you the specs of this phone so you can just get it. It has Blackberry 6, it has very sharp screen display, it has very good keyboard. You have your 3.5mm standard headphone jack, USB charger, plug into the computer. Here you have your microphone. Right here, here's your voice command button, and then you have a camera button, which is, I think, 4 or 3 megapixels on the Bold, but it takes about pretty good pictures. And instead of having a trackball, you have the trackpad. And moving down to the hardware part, it has a 624 megahertz processor. I think that's where it pretty much lies, because I remember having the Intel Cellphone processor, which was at 650 something gigahertz or megahertz or whatever. I always get mixed up between those two. So probably that's why, because most processors today are over-tooled and they're entering the 3 gigahertz range, so there is pretty much a speed difference when you're calculating speed and clock speed. But I'm not going to go into too detailed that, because this video is getting to 10 minutes and I do need to have like intervals in this video because my camera and all this blah 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 blah. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to talk about too much, running off to another topic. But the clear winner is in this battle between Blackberry and Android. I will have to say Android. That's straightforward, Android in my own opinion. So if you have your different opinions or anything like that, please write them down in the comments or in the bottom bar. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'll be expecting to What am I talking about? I mean, I'll be uploading another part 2 of this video, so I'll be linking it in the description. So I'll be linking it right here. Eventually, it'll be in between my hands. Eventually. I'm gonna see you guys later, and because I have things to do. So, alright, peace.